everybody, Chris Stokes from Custom Fitness Personal Training Studio, where your health comes first. Today we're talking about shaking up your ab routine. It's time to get off the floor and get vertical. So there are a million different ways to do abs. Old school, it felt like there was only one, right? It was just the crunches. And we did crunches a million different ways, but it was that. Then came in the planks, and planks became this overwhelming exercise that everyone just started doing, and now they hold them for 12-15 minutes and just keep going with them. There comes a point where we've got to challenge the body in a different way. Why? Because we're looking at the difference between going through a movement and actually performing something that's going to be beneficial to your body's function. So we want to make the core strong so you can move and live better, not so you can say, I have a strong core that can't do anything. So when we're talking about the abdominals, that's part of our core. Remember that our core is the whole torso without the arms, legs, or head. So we do want to strengthen front, back, sides, all of it. And we do want to remember that functionality is the first step to this. If you are out picking up groceries, you should be able to do that safely and securely and strong. If you're picking up a child, you should be able to do that. If you're having to push a really heavy thing forward, you should be able to do that. But these are things coming from the core, and just holding a plank in a solid position gives you a strong core, but can you use it? Have you taught your body how to use it, is the question. So what we want to do is we want to start changing up the way that we're doing core. Now, I'm not saying that planks are bad. I'm not saying that crunches are bad. Add them in, that's great. But let's add some variety to what we're doing. Now, another problem that comes up is a lot of times people will come in, say from a chiropractor, and they'll say, you know what, my back's having a lot of issues. I'm not allowed to flex my knees into my chest. Which also means that if they're laying on the floor doing a crunch, that would still be a flexion. So they're not allowed to flex their spine to bend it forward to a certain degree. And so what we have to do is we have to find creative ways to work the abs, and believe you me, we have plenty of them. One of my favorite ways to do this is with bands. Attached to a door or an anchor up high, you can do a ton of work with the abs through bands vertically. So you could do, say that you were holding onto a band here and you pulled it straight down into your legs for a lat pull, you're going to get some core work there. Say that you were taking it into a V-chop, or maybe you were pulling it down to the side and down to the side. It's going to start to activate those obliques, just like if you were doing a crossover crunch. Say that you had your band tied to a middle anchor on your door, like a middle hinge, and you were holding it here, and you could step to the side and then step back in. You'll feel that core really on fire. So these are great exercises. Anything with bands really is going to be able to activate that core if you do them properly. So great ideas to kind of move your workout forward, to change things up. With weights, you can easily do pretty much any type of squat or lunge. If you do a modified shoulder load here, where the elbows are bent and away from your body, this doesn't count. But if you're holding weights out here, or if you're holding weights overhead as you're performing these movements, whether, like say, squat, lunge, any lower body movement, what you're going to do is you're going to turn on those core muscles and be able to activate them a little bit more. So you didn't have to flex, you didn't bend, but you were still able to perform movements, and that's what we do with our clients, is we work around issues that they have, help them to find different ways to do the same thing that we need them to do without causing any further issue with what trouble they're already having. We also use this to build core in people who are starting out a little bit weaker, who might not know how to engage their abs properly. And if that's you, that's okay. That's how a lot of people start. They don't really have that good mind-body connection to where you can feel the right things happening. I'll never forget, I had a great client who's actually still with me. She's been with me almost 20 years now. Love her dearly. And the first 6 months that she was with me, we were doing some different types of crunches. Or ab work, and I would tell her, okay, I want you to engage your abs like you're coughing or sneezing. I want you to really feel that contraction there. And I would say it a million different ways. There's so many ways to say it. So I said it over and over and over again as she was doing these exercises, and she just didn't get it. Like her stomach just wasn't responding the way that it needed to. But at month 6, she looked at me, surprise, light bulbs going off all around her, and says, I finally get it. I understand what you're telling me. Look at what I can do. And she showed me. And it was amazing. She finally just had that light switch click. So if that's you, if you're not quite understanding it yet, don't feel bad. It's just that we need to be able to go through that form and get the right words with the right motions at the right time to make sense to you. But we do want to strengthen the core. We want to make sure that that is a foundation of our workout. For us here at Custom Fitness, we add core into just about every exercise that we do so that you're not spending an extra 10 minutes at the end doing crunches. That was kind of old school, right? You did 30 minutes of cardio, 30 minutes of weights, and like 10 minutes of crunches. We don't do that. We combine all of that together to give you the best metabolic response so that your body's burning more calories while you're working out, you're burning off more fat, but you're also building more muscle to support your body in a functional manner. So your body's going to be able to do more out and about when you're living your normal life instead of just during the gym time. So if that sounds like something that you'd be interested in hearing more about, feel free to give us a call, 806-322-3188. Be happy to sit down with you and just see if we're a good fit. I hope you have a great day.